what to say about this. I really don't. I mean, shoot, there's plenty to say that hasn't been already said, so I really don't know what else to say. But before I actually talk about it, I'm going to say this. Excuse my voice. My allergies have gotten worse because of all this pollen, so my apologies for the froggy sounding voice. But I'm going to say this when it comes to Will. Will is a simp. He will always be a simp. He will always have these simpish tendencies if he doesn't let his pride go. And his pride is what's messing him up. Do I feel bad for him? No, I don't. Not at all. And shoot, I didn't even know the obstacle was on tonight until I actually saw on the Club Atlantis crew. Shout out to the Club Atlantis crew as well as to the Brotherhood, because I ended up finding out from the both of them what was going on with Will Smith and with Chris Rock. I had no idea Chris Rock got slapped in the face until I saw a whole bunch of articles. And I also saw an article from the UK about, Will Smith winning an Oscar after the slap. And I'm like, what is going on? So, of course, when I'm watching YouTube, I come across Abba and Preach, and they actually had the unedited version of what happened in their video. And when I saw it, I was like, really, Will? You've lost whatever is left of your mind, and you allow your wife to drive you crazy. You've allowed your wife to lose whatever sense of sanity you had is gone. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, he was defending his wife. I'm curious to hear if anybody actually is going to say that. I'm curious to hear if anyone is going to say that. Because Will set himself up to fail since minute one when he allowed his wife to pretty much put him on blast at every single day of the week for her stupid Red Table Talk show. And there's a lot of things on that show that's disturbing, at least to me. Not so much of what she was talking about, but some of the things she did. Good Lord. And I ain't gonna get into it. I'm still trying to floss my brain from the vaginal cleansing she had on there, the steam bath. Oh gosh, I don't even want to talk about that. But anyway. The fact is, she has been humiliating him for years, and he allowed it to go too far. So, do you think people are going to be sympathizing with him now? Oh yeah, he's going to probably still have his sympathizers, but I can't do it now. I'm sorry. What he did, and I humbly agree, 100% agree with Preach, that what he did was assault. But is he going to get a pass? Oh yeah, he's going to get a pass. Because why? He's Will Smith. Why? Because Jada has been humiliating him for years. Why? Because he makes more money than anybody else. Let's be honest. But the fact is, there are more people that feel bad for Will than Jada. But I feel bad for either one of them. I'm kind of with Abba. You allowed your wife to put your business out there on Red Table Talk for as long as she's had that show. She has humiliated you in when they actually had interviews for magazines about her and her life with Will. She's humiliated him on the regs with no problem at all in doing it. And the fact that he allowed it to go so long, it just aided him. And he just snapped. Because what he did was out of character. From what I have heard about Will Smith for years, for decades even, he's the nicest guy on the planet. That he would never say an unkind word to anyone. But it shows right here that he snapped. And people are, well, he's just being human. I'm curious to hear if somebody's going to say that too. The fact is that he could have dropped this a long time ago. He could have dropped Jada a long time ago. But will he do it? No. And it's not because they're not financially able to do it. Will is worth double, triple more than Jada. Jada's probably worth, what, 20 million? Will is worth 200. So the fact is, even if they get a divorce, and hopefully he is smart enough to have a prenup, which I don't think he is. Seeing how prideful the guy is, he probably never assumed that they would ever get a divorce. So I doubt that he actually does have a prenup or a postnup, which is dumb on his end. But the fact is that she will probably take half of everything he has. Every asset he's ever gotten for his entire career, she would probably have half of that. And even if she took half of his net worth, he would still be fine. He would still be okay. But in his mind, for somebody who's incredibly prideful, and someone who used to be prideful understands this, that it's not even a massive L. It's humiliation to the nth degree for somebody like that. And with Will, a divorce is a massive L to where it's probably an L to where his ego would never recover. And that is what's messing things up for him. Now, the fact that he slapped Chris Rock, and Chris Rock took it like a chief, I might add. And he was not only shocked, but he was probably scared too. And see how far Will would go. He was probably afraid that he was going to do something else. But the fact that he handled it the way he did, I'm surprised, man. Because he probably would. Everyone was surprised he didn't spit out another joke about August. And I was waiting for that. Even seeing in that Twitter feed that somebody was like, oh, he's better than me. I would have spit out a joke about August. And you know what? Would he be wrong? But then he would probably get his ass beat on stage. So I think it was smart for Chris Rock not to do that, because he would have got the crap beat out of him live on stage, to where that they would have had security pull Will Smith off of Chris Rock. It would have made Will Smith look worse, because he has reached his breaking point. It shows me right there that he allowed his wife to make him crazy. He allowed it to go on for so long, to where his wife pretty much took whatever manhood he had left and just destroyed it. She pretty much destroyed every trace of manhood that man had. Seriously. There's really nothing left for Will at this point. And it's a shame that he allowed it to go on for so long. But do I feel bad for him? No, I don't. Not at all. And like I said, I'm with Abba. And I'm also with Preach. I'm with Preach because what he did was assault, but he's going to get away with it. Oh, yeah, he is. But with Abba, he let this go on for so long that, yeah, people are going to clown him. And it's not like, and he brought up a good example. When you have paparazzi going into people's homes and in their private lives without their permission and taking pictures of them and recordings of them just to sell for money, then, yeah, that's wrong. That's kind of intruding on somebody's life. But if you put it out there on social media, on a show, you put it out there in articles and interviews, everything, then you put yourself out there to be judged. And you have to take everything that comes with it. And Will, he snapped. I'm sorry. Like, this is 100% a reason to divorce your wife. I'm sorry. You have enough money and enough assets in your entire, whatever you have enough money and assets to split it equally and let her go her way. And you will have nothing to do with her no more. But in his mind, it will be a massive L and he'll never do it. But the fact is, Jada can file for divorce too, and she hasn't either. So it's on both of them. Do I feel bad for either one? Not even close. Hell no. I don't feel bad for either one of them. Not at all. Not at all. So if people still do feel bad for Will and think that it's a legit reason for him to slap Chris Rock, I don't know where y'all at. And I guess that's how y'all feel, but I have to disagree. What he did was assault. And Chris Rock, knowing him, he's probably not going to go too far with it. I'll be shocked if he does, but I doubt he's going to go too far with it. But Will's reputation is destroyed. It'll take years to build up his character. The only way he'll build up his character is without Jada. But y'all, I want to hear your thoughts about this. Do you think that Will was justified in slapping Chris Rock in the face live on air at the Oscars of all places? Or do you think that Will allowed his wife to drive him crazy for too long, to where he just snapped at the wrong place and at the wrong time and didn't handle it like he should have handled it behind the scenes? I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Just when I thought it was all over, just when I thought that I had a video all wrapped up, I end up seeing this in my MSN feed about Will Smith making a tearful remark about what he did to Chris Rock during his acceptance speech. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But this is what he said. This is kind of what I found on an article, I think that was on my MSN feed, that was done by The Time, I believe. There's like several articles of the same thing. But anyway, they actually did put up a tweet from Pop Crave. That was his quote that he said at the Oscars. Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. And I know, and I know to do what we do, we got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. Okay, so the fact, number one, and I'm just gonna make this perfectly clear. Nobody has watched or even heard of G.I. Jane. Because if they did, they would not be offended because he was not talking about someone with alopecia. The fact is, it was Jada Pinkett that actually in an article said that she embraced her bald, that she shaved her head on her own. She was losing her hair, but she shaved the rest off. That is what G.I. Jane did. She shaved her hair off in order to get respect from the guys that she was with when she was in the military. It had nothing to do, absolutely nothing at all to do with alopecia. And people are taking it on that level. I'm listening to Tim Brown Live and hearing these clowns pop up in there saying, well, not Chris Brown, I ain't going there. But what Chris Rock did was wrong. I'm like, he made a G.I. Jane joke when she came out months later, saying that, no, months earlier, saying that she shaved her head because she knew she was losing her hair and she embraced the bald. But the fact is, it wasn't even about alopecia. It was about the fact that G.I. Jane shaved her head in the film. That's all that it was about. And people are taking it too far. And I'm sorry, Will, that doesn't justify assault. It don't. By no means. And the sad thing is, Will's gonna get a pass. On this whole thing, he's gonna get a pass. I lost even more respect for this guy. This dude is a clown. Talking about Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. Your wife was talking crap about you for years. She wasn't defending you. She was clowning you. And you look like a bigger clown now. I don't care if you have crocodile tears. I don't care if you cry tears from a river. I don't care if your tears make a river. That doesn't justify assault. It don't. And your wife doesn't really care much about you by still having your business online every day. I'm sorry. You look like a clown. And I don't know why were people defending him because he cried? Is that it? Yeah, I cried because you embarrassed yourself. I'm sorry. I don't defend you at all. I even lost more respect for the guy. But I ain't talking any more about this clown. Leave your comments below. I'm out. This dude is a simp. Forever a simp.